Hello students, the topic for the day is magnetic potential. The potential in the magnetic field, we can classify it into two types. One is the potential I can classify into magnetic vector potential, or it can also be called as vector magnetic potential, vector magnetic potential, which is denoted by A vector, and the other classification is magnetic scalar potential, or it can also be called as scalar magnetic potential, which is denoted by U. Okay, now when we start with the first one, magnetic vector potential, I should justify why potential is a vector here. So to start with, first is why potential is a vector. Why? What is the reason? So scalar magnetic potential exists if there is no current enclosed. That is when line integral of H dot dl is equal to 0. Only in this condition, your scalar magnetic potential exists. If there is current by Ampere circuital law, we know that H dot dl is equal to I. So if there is current enclosed, then the potential depends upon the current element. The potential, it depends upon the current element. You people are very well aware by Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field depends upon the current element ideal. So whenever there is a potential, it depends upon the current element. So therefore the potential is no more a scalar, it is a vector quantity. That's why we call it as magnetic vector potential. Next, the divergence of a vector. Always remember it's a universal fact that divergence of any vector del dot f is always, it results in a scalar quantity. The output of the divergence of a vector is a scalar quantity. So to start with the derivation, so first let A vector be any magnetic vector potential. A vector be any magnetic vector potential. Now I have told you that the divergence of a vector is a scalar, but here magnetic vector potential is a vector, so we are going to express it as a curl. So A is your magnetic vector potential, so curl of your A is equal to the magnetic field. Curl of your A is equal to magnetic field. Now this is your basic equation. I am going to take curl on both the sides. Again, taking curl on both the sides, del cross A is equal to del cross B. To start with, this is our first equation. Del cross A is equal to del cross B. Now I am going to write this equation by identity. Del cross A is equal to del into del dot A minus del square A. Okay, so let me have this as my second equation. This is my first equation and this is my second equation. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we very well know by the fact that del cross B is equal to mu into J. So now I have to tell you how you got it. We very well know that del cross H is equal to J. Del cross, this is your point form of Ampere circuital law. Now I am going to multiply mu with H on both the sides. So del cross mu H is equal to mu into J. So this mu H by the relation B is equal to mu H. I am going to substitute, instead of mu H, I am going to substitute B. So del cross B is equal to mu into J. Okay, now, so we have found the del cross B value. We also know what is del cross A. So we are going to substitute those values in equation 1. In this equation, you are going to substitute. So what is del cross A? Del into del dot A minus del square A. That's my first left hand side. And del cross B, what is del cross B? Mu into J. Now I have substituted this. So what I'm going to do is we are going to like substitute certain facts here. So for a steady DC value, direct current, you know that whenever you have a direct current value which is a constant, del dot A is equal to 0. So what does this mean? If the current is a direct value which does not vary with time, then del dot A is equal to 0. So this is going to be 0. So my equation reduces to minus del square A is equal to mu into J, or del square A is equal to mu J. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write I'm going to elaborately write this. This is also A vector, and this is our J vector. So del cross, how I would write is AX vector plus del cross AY vector plus del cross AZ vector is equal to minus mu into AX JX plus AY JY plus, right, plus AZ JZ. So this is how I want to write. So now I want to equate on both these sides. It is, I'm going to equate the coefficient of AX, AY, AZ. So when I'm going to equate it, del square AX is equal to minus mu into JX, del square AY is equal to minus mu into JY, del square Az is equal to minus mu into Jz. So when you see this, hope you remember your Poisson's equation, del square V is equal to minus rho by epsilon. Hope you remember this. So when you compare these equation, you can see there is a similarity. This is the form of Poisson's equation. Now I am going to express this A vector. So in general, magnetic vector potential A can be expressed as A is equal to mu divided by 4 pi integral of J divided by R into dV. J divided by R into dV. I will tell you what is the correlation. Usually our vector in our electric vector potential, we write V is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon into R. Forget about epsilon not, epsilon into R. So in this, 1 by 4 pi epsilon is a constant, Q is the charge which is the source of your electric field, and R is the distance. So with the comparison with this electric potential, we are going to write our magnetic potential equation. So here also 1 by 4 pi is a constant, and mu is epsilon is the permittivity in your electric field, and mu is your permeability. So just to compare and correlate both the equation, you have to compare and correlate both the equation, you have to write. So when you write it, instead of epsilon, here the concept of proportionality is mu here, which is the permeability. And what we are going to do is, we are going to consider a closed volume. So triple integral of J dot dV divided by R. So usually your electric vector potential is indirectly proportional to the distance. Similarly, magnetic vector potential is also indirectly proportional to the distance. So this is in general A. And if I want to write the components of A, since it is a vector quantity, we need to write the components. So Ax will be this mu by 4 pi and all will be the same. But here we'll write as closed area V Jx by R into dV. Similarly, Ay will be equal to mu by 4 pi integral over V Jy by R into dV. And Az is equal to mu by 4 pi integral over V Jz by R into dV. So this is the derivation for your magnetic vector potential. Now I will teach you what is meant by scalar magnetic potential. Magnetic vector potential is over, vector magnetic potential is over. Now I am going to teach you scalar magnetic potential. So when you consider the scalar magnetic potential, it's very easy. We need to again start with Ampere's law. What is Ampere's law? It states that the line integral over a closed path. Line integral of what? Line integral of the magnetic field intensity over a closed path. So we call this closed path as a contour. Always remember that. Contour refers to a closed path. H dot dl is equal to I. Now there is no current enclosed. If no current is enclosed. So if there is no current, what happens? If there is no current, if I is 0, J is also equal to 0. So the above equation reduces to H dot dl is equal to 0. H dot dl is equal to 0. So how do we represent our electric potential? It is also scalar quantity, and you very well know that the relationship, you see, you have to, when you learn magnetic potential, you have to learn in analogous with the electric field. So relationship between electric field and potential is given as E is equal to minus del V. So in analogous to this, here we are learning magnetic field. So magnetic field H will be equal to the negative of the scalar potential minus del Vm. Minus del Vm, where this Vm is your scalar magnetic potential. Okay, scalar magnetic potential. So from this, Vm is equal to minus H dot dl from here, because it is the gradient. Magnetic field intensity is related with the scalar magnetic potential as the negative gradient. So Vm I can write as minus of integral of H dot dl. So this scalar potential, it satisfies Laplace equation. So in free space, always remember, in free space del dot B is equal to 0. Del dot B is equal to 0. Now I am going to substitute B is equal to mu into H in this equation. So del dot mu H is equal to 0. So mu I am taking out. I can write as del dot H is equal to 0. So now it is free space. In free space, mu naught and mu r is equal to 1 in free space. So I am going to simplify and write this equation as mu naught into del dot H is equal to 0. And what is H from this equation? What is H? H is minus del Vm. So substitute it here. Mu naught into del dot minus del Vm is equal to 0. So I can write this as minus mu naught into del square Vm is equal to 0. So from this, what we can infer? Del square Vm is equal to 0. So this satisfies your Laplace equation. So in this video, I have taught you what is meant by magnetic vector potential and what is magnetic scalar potential. In my next video, I'll teach you how to do the problems in both these. Thank you.